Once upon a time, in a land wrapped in emerald forests and silver rivers, there lived two sisters, Liora and Amara, whose lives began in the same small cottage but whose hearts would one day be divided by jealousy, love, and fate. Liora, the elder, was gentle, beautiful, and kind-hearted, with eyes that reflected the calm blue of morning skies, while Amara, the younger, was bold, ambitious, and fiery, her eyes dark with passion and restlessness. Their parents, humble farmers, loved both dearly, though it was said that Leora's beauty and grace brought her more praise from the villagers. As the story begins, the narrator's voice draws the listener in. Sometimes, envy hides in the shadow of love, and sometimes, the ones we cherish most are the ones we hurt the deepest. HOOK, and then comes the call to action. Before we begin this powerful tale of love, jealousy, and redemption, make sure to subscribe to our channel at English Fairy Tales, like this video, and ring the bell icon so you never miss another magical story like this one. The story begins with the sisters growing up together, inseparable in childhood. They would run barefoot through fields of golden wheat, laugh by the riverside, and whisper their dreams beneath the old willow tree. Liora dreamed of a peaceful life, of love, and of helping others. Amara dreamed of wealth, beauty, and being adored by all. Though their dreams were different, they loved each other deeply. But as they grew older, people began to notice Leora's kindness and beauty more than Amara's. In the village festivals, it was Liora who was asked to dance. When gifts were sent to their home, they were often meant for her. And though Liora would always share everything with Amara, even the smallest compliments, Amara's heart began to fill with bitterness. She could not understand why her sister was loved more, why her laughter sounded like music, why everyone's eyes turned toward her. Slowly, the bright flame in Amara's heart turned dark. One day, a prince from the nearby kingdom came riding into their village. He was searching for a kind maiden to help heal his mother, the queen, who had fallen gravely ill. When he met Liora by the well, offering water to an old beggar, he was struck by her compassion. The prince asked for her help, and she agreed without hesitation, leaving with him to the castle, promising Amara she would return soon. Amara stood there, watching her sister ride away, her heart torn between pride and envy. For the first time, she felt left behind, forgotten. Weeks passed, and Leora's letters came, full of love and excitement. She wrote about the queen's recovery, about the palace gardens, about the kindness of the prince who treated her like family, and with every word, Amara's jealousy grew. She imagined her sister walking through marble halls, dressed in fine gowns, speaking with noblemen, a world she believed should have been hers. When Liora returned home months later, her eyes glowed with happiness, for the prince had asked for her hand in marriage. Their parents rejoiced, the village celebrated, but Amara's heart shattered completely. She smiled and congratulated her sister, but that night, she sat alone by the river, crying. A strange woman appeared beside her, a figure cloaked in black, her eyes glimmering like shards of ice. "Why do you weep, child?" the woman asked. Amara confessed her jealousy, her pain, and her hatred. The woman, a dark enchantress, whispered, "If your sister's light blinds the world, then I can dim it for you, but every shadow comes with a price." Amara, blinded by envy, agreed without thinking. The witch handed her a silver comb and said, "Give this to your sister as a gift on her wedding night. Once she brushes her hair with it, her beauty will fade and her joy will turn to sorrow." On the day of Leora's wedding, the whole village gathered in joy. Liora looked like sunlight itself, dressed in gold and white. Amara smiled and handed her the silver comb. "For luck," she said softly. That night, when Liora brushed her hair, the magic worked. Her face turned pale, her glow vanished, and her heart began to weaken. The prince found her fainted by the mirror. The kingdom's healers could not understand the cause. Amara, seeing her sister suffering, felt guilt creeping into her soul, but she silenced it, convincing herself it was fate. Days passed, and Leora's health grew worse. One evening, Amara found her sister whispering in her sleep, saying her name, "Amara. I forgive you." Those words struck her heart like lightning. She realized that no crown, no beauty, no attention was worth losing her sister's love. Desperate to undo the curse, she ran back to the river to find the witch. The witch appeared again, smiling cruelly. "You cannot undo envy, child," she said, "it lives in your heart." But Amara begged, sobbing, "Take anything from me, my beauty, my joy, but give my sister back her life." The witch laughed and said, "Very well, your sister's light will return, but it will be fueled by your sacrifice. Your beauty, your voice, and your memories will fade forever." Without hesitation, Amara agreed. The next morning, Liora woke, glowing once again with health and life. The prince rejoiced, but Amara was gone. In her place, the villagers found a silent girl wandering the forest, her face plain, her eyes empty, her voice lost. Only Liora recognized her and ran to her, holding her tight. "Amara, what have you done?" she cried, but Amara only smiled faintly and touched her sister's face, tears shining in her eyes. Years passed, Liora became queen, ruling with kindness and love, but she never forgot the sister who had saved her. She built a small cottage by the river for Amara, visiting her every day. Slowly, Amara began to find peace in her silence. She would spend her days tending to flowers and teaching children to be kind. One day, while watching the sunset, Liora took Amara's hand and whispered, "I have learned that true beauty lies not in faces or dresses, but in the love that forgives." At that moment, Amara's heart filled with warmth. Though she could not speak, her eyes sparkled with peace. A single tear rolled down her cheek, and when it touched the earth, the cursed silver comb turned into a blooming white lily, symbolizing purity and forgiveness. The narrator closes the story gently, with soft music in the background, and so, the jealous sister learned that envy can destroy, but love can heal even the deepest wounds. In every heart where jealousy once lived, forgiveness can plant a seed of light. So, dear listener, remember, when you see someone shining, do not wish to dim their light. Instead, let their glow guide you to your own. The story fades with birds singing, the sisters walking by the riverside once more, hand in hand, the past washed away by love and time. And finally, as the music swells and the sun sets over the forest, the narrator gives a warm closing CTA. If you were moved by this tale of love, jealousy, and redemption, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to @English Fairy Tales for more heart-touching stories every week. Let kindness and forgiveness be your light, and remember, every story has a lesson waiting to bloom.